Hi there, signs of Scorpio. This is Kim here to do your reading. I hope you guys are doing really well. Let's get the vape out of the picture here. There. Now it's just nice running water. Alright, so messages for Scorpio. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Weather has been kind of like heat at night and air conditioned during the day. Weird stuff. Alright. Scorpio. Asking your spirit team, your angels, your spirit guides to join us. Ancestors if they want, as long as the message stays on the positive side. Yeah, I have already burnt some Palo Santo and some sage. Okay, we're just gonna see what wants to come in then. Let's just get a few cards and see what wants to come out. I don't think we should do past, present, and future. I think we should do the layout like that. Like some columns or rows of cards. That would be good. First one out is healing. And it's associated with the number 11. This is the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. It's different. It's going to have more. And they're not maybe all gonna match up with original tarot. So now there could be that justice is relating to this card in the sense that the truth can bring about some kind of healing for yourself. All different types of healing here maybe being mentioned. So it might be, oh, okay, you're healing addictions and vices. You're also healing materialistic like urges, and maybe that's because of budget, but this is definitely like devil energy. It's like devil energy, but in this deck it focuses a little bit more on kind of like just having it all really on the material realm. But so with it in the reverse, now you could be healing your finances too. So I want to give different options since it's a general reading. So something is healing, whether that be your finances, an addiction, healing from an addiction, healing from materialism, which can lead to self-sabotaging behaviors. And that's usually what we would watch out for. All right. Okay, so give us more information. Something that will go with what is being healed. Give us a card to add to the healing row here. To the healing, financial, healing addictions, healing those things. Okay. Learn. So look, it's a hard situation. It's a Three Swords energy. It's a hard situation. It is some kind of loss of some sort where this is saying to it's okay not to be too proud, to be like, okay, this is what happened, this is how I learned from it, and now that's in the past. Putting it in the past so that your focus can be on what you ultimately want to receive. So it might be on healing at this time, and you may be feeling like, oh yeah, this is like healing a broken heart. And this is the adept, this is the pupil, the student. The Three of Swords in this deck really focuses on learning from what it was that made you so sad or upset. Of course, usually there's more than one person involved when you have the three. I don't think you're feeling cocky about something. I don't think you're feeling like it's easy. I don't think you're any of that. I think that you know what you're having to get through and what you have to put behind you. It's not an easy thing, but it is healing. Okay, anything else you want to give us on the healing? And then we'll get a new row. All right, so let's just get a new row then. All right, new row, new issue regarding Scorpio's reading. New row, new issue. Dope. That one just wanted to come out. The grace of my pinky finger. Union. 13. 13 is sometimes, no, a lot of times associated with the Death card in tarot. And so when I see that number 13, you know, it's kind of ominous to me, but it could be in a good way. It's usually in a good way, you know, because well, I tend to see things as life is what you make it. So if you want to take this death energy, which is the opportunity for something to end so that something really beautiful can come here. Now, there's also union on this card, a little bit different in this deck, perhaps. So we're gonna go to their book, because I might have a different message for you to add to that. Dreams of Gaia Tarot. All right, 13 union. So this is a major arcana underneath what is 2 major arcanas on the first row. So in this deck, it's focusing on wholeness, integration. So it could be integrating what you have learned too. Self-acceptance. You are the temple, worship within. Duality creates separation, and this is representing the wholeness. So self-inquiry, asking yourself who you are, what is your purpose. I think that it's talking about shadow work to try to see what parts haven't been looked at so that they can be accepted, and then we have being made whole. It's very different than the number 13 in the Death card. So says, while love is important, at the center there is only peace and stillness of the void. It is unifying all, and experiencing the peace that is born in that moment, we can remember what it was like to first dwell in the void. Oh, wow. This is representing bringing together the many aspects of our world. It's for unity. It's because for some reason someone's feeling like an outsider or like they're not part of something. That's what's being healed. Possibly a marriage, possibly very literal, could be very literal. There is another, this is a rebirth though. There's a death and a rebirth. Something had to end in order for something good to come in, and whatever you're breaking free from, this toxic thing, the either situation, person, drug, or something, alcohol, materialism, overeating, something is still in the process of transforming, and that is why this is coming out. There might be an energy that you maybe were very compatible with, but because of this issue was keeping you apart. And so that could be healing a union or healing a partnership in your life, a relationship in your life. So the death and the rebirth. And the strength card is usually associated with number 8. It's about infinitely creating. It is about letting go of something old so that this beautiful new thing can come in. Represented as a nice, beautiful golden egg. And I love their artwork. That's why I pull this deck out usually, is because the artwork's amazing. So there is a kid or a child there too for someone. That's a message. There's the 8 of Wands. 8, 8. 7 of... Okay. Oh. 7 of Wands. Ooh, this comes with a lot of messages. Okay, so because, okay, you have 8 of Wands, which is messages, communication. This is making me feel like Spirit or your team is trying to show you signs, because this card specifically in this deck, in this guidebook, will tell you that this is about signs and synchronicities matching up in order to show you what action to take next, or what direction, or what to stand up for, what to advocate for, because of the signs pointing you in that direction. And they're usually like auspicious signs. It could be something about this energy, maybe even blocking or getting in the way of your awareness to the signs that are being thrown your way. Also, this can definitely be about, if this is noticed, alignment with higher self, union with higher self. But these are definitely signs and messages, and they're good signs and messages. You know, they're to tell you about the good things and the direction. Like if to encourage, even, it's just to, so it has to be noticed. Yeah, okay. Has to be noticed. All right, what else do you have for Scorpio? Give us a different topic. So you have healing, you have union. Okay, I was like, what else do you want to talk about? Queen of Water on the bottom. The Father is coming out. Father is coming out like this, meaning that there are some challenging issues with a father figure, or with that the energy of who's in charge, who's maybe making financial decisions, who's keeping the rules. Like there's something that's a bit of a challenge. I feel like it's saying that eventually, or this person might stand up for, or you are advocating for or against this energy. And 5 is usually noted with the Hierophant energy. So again, you've got maybe marriage or commitment. I feel like it's just like you're meeting your goals. You're meeting your goals. Boy, they all want to go up there with that. There's the Queen of Water. Of course, it wants to come out. If it wants to come out, it's going to come out. I should know that by now. Queen of Water. This is enabling you to really look at yourself. Look at the things that you could do that increase your self-love to yourself by making sure that you're like adequately hydrated and nutrited, like that you have all your nutrients that you need, that you're not just eating and then still hungry all day long because you're not getting the right vitamins and minerals. That is usually a really big sign. So if that's a message to pass on, that if somebody's eating and it feels like they're just hungry right after, like continually, other than maybe blood glucose issued, but mainly it's because there's something that you're needing in your diet. There's something that you're not getting for yourself. So maybe focus on that. It would never hurt anybody to eat a little bit healthier. It can be talking about taking really good care of yourself, drinking good water, so that you're a vessel for channeling, so that you're a good vessel for, communications. I feel like channeling here is too a separate message for somebody. And it required, maybe something with channeling required you to stop some kind of substance or something that was interfering with the channel. That can happen. All right, letting go of our desires. Letting go of our desires. Tired of picking something doesn't give back. But you're letting go of the past. Oh, you're letting go of past desires. So if they're saying, if you ask specifically Spirit for help, to curb your desire for things that are unhealthy for you, that they will. That is a such thing, and there is power in prayer in that sense. And if you need help on that, then that's, of course, that helps there for you. Letting go of the past, it's like, side note, hey, that will allow some other things. So be open to some kind of signs and synchronicities. I feel like we need to look at the Seven of Wands in reverse. I'm going to look up the specific reverse part for it. I feel like it's going to be a really specific message for you all. And I really don't remember what it was. I remember the upright. Okay, it says, could be a potential blockage for you. It says divination means to foretell or predict the future. Sometimes our intuition guides us, and at other times it's a simple awareness of both observation and paying attention. At other times it's a marriage of both. Every day we are given signs that, if heeded, can reveal what's to come. When the Seven of Fire is reversed, it represents a need to watch for those signs and heed the insights they offer. Observe the people around you. Look closely at patterns of behavior that repeat, and pay attention to words spoken that lack mirroring actions. Take note of promises broken, overreactions to questions, an inability to meet the eyes, and laughter that might seem forced or contrived. Ooh, they're wanting you to really pay attention to somebody's body language, too. Red flag signs. Not just red flags, maybe that you have more hits coming into your intuition than what you're actually paying attention to. Maybe, I bet your subconscious picks up on this, though. On whatever this is talking about. It says, take note of promises broken, overreactions to questions. Overreaction to questions, that's a big one, yeah. Inability to look you in the eye. Learn to listen. Heed what your observations and senses are telling your gut. If something is not as it seems, look beyond the surface. See what's truly there and address it. This sign is telling you not to be dismissive of something that might appear insignificant. Observe the contradictions and inconsistencies. See the signs, even the ones that seem a little obscure or insignificant. They may foretell a future that is not in accordance with your goals. Wow, that's interesting, and it feels like it's right on point for someone out there, for maybe a few. I hope not a few, but it is, that's a big sign. Alright, so we have the Kipper deck. I'm going to see what the Kipper deck wants to say. And then I have Rider-Waite Tarot deck. We can get some more information. I guess I don't have as much information on the father as I would like. So we'll get more information on that. Oh, wow. Something at the end. Okay, so this is a card in the Kipper deck that represents the ending to me. A closing out of something and an ending. We have it landing on, so the ending of picking things that aren't good for you or have healthy for you. The end of influence that will, yeah, hinder you, not help you. Hi, Coco. Hi, Coco. Coco's wanting to show up for your reading. All right. Scorpio. Tell me more about the father then. Give me something from the Kipper deck. For the father. What about this father energy? What about it? Unexpected income in the reverse. It's expected. It's expected. Somebody expects money from you. or you expect money from someone. This person owes. Or this person expects you to pay them back. Either way, it's going to be a few things. The end, putting the end to the past and past desires that led us down an unhealthy pathway. Jeez, Coco. So what about death and rebirth and abundance? Tell me about those together. The main male. Maybe the father energy here, possibly. Thief. Main male. So maybe there's a change in transformation having to do... Oh. Maybe this energy took some kind of money or something like that. The father. Maybe there's some kind of sign like that maybe aren't noticing. There's some signs that have been given to you to see what this person might be doing. Okay, so just caution with that message. I see a situation transforming, but somebody's still like... somebody's still in the middle of something here, and yeah, it could be a not so great influence on someone. Tell me about the signs. Courtship. 4. It is definitely an Emperor energy or Aries energy. Father figure. Courtship. It says 4. Courtship and union. 7. A message. A message. Courtship possibly between a Pisces and Aries, or that person could have... Yeah, either it's expected, something's expected, or this is somebody taking something. Tell me about the 3 of Swords then. Go ahead and give us that download. 3 of Swords, abundance in the reverse, and healing. If somebody didn't have work or had an issue with a job, okay, so there may have been an issue with somebody. Maybe it's tied to this thief energy, but it's like a desperate, in despair, did something desperate, learned from some kind of loss, and like something's transforming, and it's healing too. There was desperate times call for desperate measures is in my head. This is transforming, but at the same time, the red flags, and look, 7-7. There's a need to stand up and say something. Oh, adjudication. Being judged. I don't know, somebody either doesn't want to be judged harshly because of, like I said, desperate times call for desperate measures, or this is really truly about somebody wanting to move with a union or with someone else that feels better to them, but I don't know if it's not wanting that stigma, maybe, or still having to go through being judged, feeling judged. So it's time to release the past or anything that has to do with things that happen in the past, especially if they're due to either addiction or drugs or alcohol or desperate times, desperate measures, like I say. Imprisonment is in the reverse. So if there is some kind of judge or jury, then it looks like it won't involve imprisonment. That's good. That's good, at least. And it involves healing instead. And healing the person, the situation, does not mean being necessarily having to be around whatever situation is there, but it does mean that something is beautifully healing. Somebody's coming into their own with that father energy. I think they don't want the judgment that comes with, of course, with that. I understand that. So what about union? Distant horizons. Distant horizons. Some of you are going to a judge because of this courtship, because of wanting to get married or something like that. But to look out for some red signs anyways, like first before that. And distant horizons. Distant horizons. Official person in the reverse on the bottom. All right, so let's get regular old tarot. Regular old tarot, and tell us what else do we have. What else do you want to get us? Or give us information. Information. What about the death and the rebirth? I think that's big. What about death and the rebirth here? I guess I'll have to pick that one up. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse. There is a transformation. There is something having to end so that something can begin. They're saying this is a situation that's off balance. You can't possibly, for one thing, handle all the work that's going to come your way with heaven. It feels so off balance. And it has to do with the money being off balance. Your hands are tied in this situation. The thing that you can do at this moment is make sure your thoughts are centered and are like leaning towards the most positive outcomes. You know, like that's what you need to be thinking of. But this balance has to occur. There's and it might feel kind of upsetting when there might be like a financial off balance and there's nothing we can do until whatever, whenever. I understand that. Okay, so you have, oh, beautiful. You have the Magician. So there's manifestation, creation, there's magic. There's even a little bit of maybe single and mingle. It's my Three of Cups, getting together with friends, family, but this celebrating, and it is abundance, it's celebration. King of Cups is in the reverse. So there's a situation that makes us upset or has us like in shock or something like that. Off balance. Tell me more. Ten of Pentacles on the floor. And it landed like that. So, okay. So something's good about this. Maybe it's shock that something good is coming of something that didn't look very, like, if you went from this like addictions and these problems to something like that, that's big, and that would require celebration. And maybe the King of Cups is just kind of like, oh my goodness, and amazed instead. So constant transformation, being the master of your own emotions here. This is like wealth. It's true wealth connections and things that last a very long time. Yeah, not everybody may agree. Some people are not too happy about a situation or are arguing, but there's still good news, and you can't stop the good news from coming in. The good news will be there whether these people here like it or not. Yep. So get ready to celebrate, and that's what I've got. So I'm going to pull from this Oracle Genetic Gifts. Maybe they'll help you get your mind off of whatever is big here. That it does feel big, but it has a conclusion, and it has a happy one. Okay. Good news card. Soul number. Look up your numerology. This is the numerical symbol for what your heart desires. You may start a blog post or start writing, because I have B for blogger platform. Employee spiritual services. I also have clairaudience, clear hearing. Light worker, awakened, healer, leader, truth seeker. Nice. Yoga instructor. Maybe that's part of the Queen of Cups, you know, getting as healthy as you can for yourself. You owe it to yourself. Yoga instructor, body and mind. And then I like that. Akashic records, all souls, universal events, past, present, and future. If you're looking for like a quantum jump, like you're wanting to go to a different timeline. You would remember, no matter what, it's not too big of what you can dream up that you can achieve. You have done it somewhere in the Akashic records. You have already achieved what you're wanting, or where you're wanting to get to. So maybe you have to be very relaxed, taking good care of yourself in order to really tap into these energies, which I feel like you can channel any time of the day, in any situation. And the more connected and aware you are with your body, your vehicle here, then the better you can access what it was made to access anyway, which is all the universal field. Astrology, ancestral knowledge. Yeah, something might come really easy to you. You might be like, oh, I got it. You may think you just have a knack for something. No, it's pulling. It's probably even starting to pull from the Akashic records. People that are getting more in tune with their own spirituality and divinity. Augur, spiritual master, seer, predictions, and a visionary. It is the phoenix rising. And another thing with alignment and getting the energy kind of flowing in the direction that you're wanting it to. Alignment and good energy flow. That's what I've got for you. Let's pull a fairy dust card to close out the reading. Remember, if you want a private reading, email me. I can be found. My readings are affordable. Rose quartz crystal, soothing and warm like the love that flows. Once under your pillow, your magic grows. Sunrise, every sunrise sings a song. Don't worry, just be happy, sing along. So that clairaudient, you're getting so many different signals, vibrations, and different messages from the things that you listen to. You can tell whether or not it's good for you. Does it make you feel good? Or does it tense your body up? I mean, you can tell how music makes you feel. Peace, friends and family, those who care, peace is yours today to share. That's what I've got. Sending you love and light. Thanks, Scorpio.